I have something unusual. I've never featured a G-Shock on this channel. I have had a lot of comments asking, do I do G-Shocks? Do I collect G-Shocks? The answer is no, I don't. I don't really like them, but there is a few that I do like. Now, I'm going to show you this one here, which is, let me get it out of the box and I'll describe it to you. So this is the old school boxes, G-Shocks, like the gold ones. Normally they came in a black box. So this is how they would have come if you bought one brand new. Your manual, you get a little G-Shock card as well, a little sponge on the top, and we got this one here. Now what drew me to this one is actually the colour. Lovely bold yellow. And it's not the shiny type yellow that would put me off. This is quite, it's a matte finish. But it's not your ordinary, like if you were going to say a G-Shock watch, you'll probably generically say this is what a G-Shock normally looks like. And there is a ton of different models like this. Now the difference between this one is, so this one is called a GW-6900. And the difference is, so there's another one very similar to this. And if you put them side to side with an untrained eye, you probably think they're both identical watches, but one's called a G6900, but this one is a GW6900. The difference is a W in there. And this one also is a limited edition model because it's a yellow. So they came in black, was it black, white, and I think they made a purple or reddish type, and they made a yellow one. The yellow and the reddish are quite limited edition and they're quite hard to come by, and I have no idea why, they just are. So the difference between this one is this one here is solar panel, so you never have to buy a battery or anything or change the battery. So if you look in the screen here, just the little squares you got here, that behind there is the solar panel, and that is what charges the battery. So normal light would charge the battery, or if you're out and about in the sunlight, that's what would charge your battery, and the battery will last absolutely ages. Another good thing about this watch is also, which is why the W is in there, is a Multiband 6, which is atomic solar. So every day at a certain time, and I think it's around 10 o'clock at midnight time, the satellites, you have 6 satellites, and they will just automatically correct your time, whether it's a second out, or if you change this time to midday and you got your atomic solar on, it will automatically change it to the correct time down to the last second. So this watch will never be out by a second ever, because the satellites, you got multiband 6, which means the nearest 6 satellites is what would set your time. So another thing on this watch as well, so you got 3 dials on top here, and I'll show you what they are. Look, and let me get my little pen. Right, so because it's solar, this is your charging part here. So you got the charge, you got low, you got medium, and you got high. So at the moment mine's got full charge, so eliminated is the high part here. Now if you're running out of battery, the medium will be on, low, that will be on. If it needs charging, that will start to highlight as well. And you also got here power saving, which is the PS. Now if you got that turned on, which mine is, so if the watch was put in darkness in a room and you're going to sleep, for example, so between the hours of 10 and I think it's midnight or 1 or 2 in the afternoon. No, actually I think it's later than that. So I think it's from 10 p.m. to 10 in the morning. If your watch is still in darkness and you've not moved it, the watch would just, all the display would turn off, and that's the power saving mode. And so if you left it like this in a dark room and the watch is undisturbed, it would know that because there's a sensor inside there. So they know the watch is not getting used. So the whole display would just power off. but you could, if you picked it up, you would still see the time straight away, and the time is still displayed. So you won't lose anything like that if that's what you think. But if you don't want that to happen, you can turn that off. So we've done the charge. Yes, so the next one here is, this is your alarm mode, your alarm little segment here. And here is the mute, so you can mute an alarm. This is the signal alarm. Once that's highlighted, your signal will come on. That is, you got 4 alarms on here and one snooze alarm. And you got another feature here called AEL. Now, I've described that before on the channel. So AEL, so you got the backlight on here. Look, there we are. So if you wore the watch and you turned it to yourself to see the time, it would, because you got that highlighted, it would eliminate the display, so you can see the time in the dark without having to fiddle about looking for a button. So, and the next one here is the seconds. Now you've only got 10 segments, so every 10 seconds it will, so wait, hold on 1 second. So look, now it will start filling up 10 segments, so 5, 6. Once it fills up the 10 seconds display, it will unfill it 10 seconds, and it just goes around like this. So that's another little feature. Yeah, and what else we got? So the difference also on the GW is, so on a normal G, like G-Shock would be G6900, this adjust button is set slightly back, so you have to really put your nail in there and set it. But on this particular model, all the buttons are set the same depth, so they're easily reached and easily pressed. So another feature as well on this model, as opposed to the other model, is the other model will just say this is 3 characters here. The other one won't have that. And I don't also believe it's the dot matrix little screen part here either. So it would say SA for Saturday, SU for Sunday, but this one will display the 3 characters. Right, so if you flick through the menu, what else we got here? So you got world time as well. And the difference, and the good thing about the world time is, so if you're back on the normal menu, if you wanted to have a dual time, so imagine we're in England at the moment, London, and your mother is in Spain, you can set a dual time. So if you press this button here you can set your mother's time in Spain, for example, here in the small one, so it will say on there the other country, the zone you're in. So you can have your big display here, and whoever is, or if you have an office or work abroad, you can set their time here, which is a good feature. Right, what else we got? So we've got the world time. That's quite basic. I mean, we've got, let's go past that. So you've got 5 alarms. Let me see if the alarms can press it. And that's what they sound like. So you've got 3, 4, you've got 4 alarms, and the last one is a snooze alarm. And the difference between a normal alarm and a snooze, so the snooze alarm will sound for 10 seconds and it will go off every 5 minutes for up to 7 times until you turn it off. If you had a normal alarm, it would just go off for 30 seconds and it won't come back on again until the next day if it's still set in that manner. So snooze alarm is good if you're quite a deep sleeper. You got a stopwatch. And you also got a timer. And all this here will light up. Do you know what's good about this watch compared to other Casios, which I realise, is so if you went to this part of the menu here and you fiddle about with it, if you press mode to go to the next part, like the stopwatch, it won't. It'll go back to the time mode. On this one, it doesn't. So if I press it now, it goes stopwatch and timer. does that make sense? And yeah, so look, it's to narrow it down, we got a good light button here and it illuminates. We got automatic light, so when you put the watch towards your face, it knows that and it will turn the light on, which is really good. We got well time, we got dual time as well, we got a stopwatch, we got a timer, we got multiband 6, so you never have to worry about setting the time. We'd never have to worry about the battery ever running out because we got a solar panel. We got, and it's basically, it's a G-Shock as well. So it's really strong, really rigid watch. So an everyday watch is probably the perfect watch. If you like nice bold colours like I do, the yellow is absolutely beautiful. And that's what drew me to it. If it was the black watch, in my mind, it would just look like any other G-Shock. But this really does stand out, this yellow. And yeah, I do have another G-Shock. I'm going to show you that one as well. Not today. I'll do a separate video. Yeah, do you like it? Oh, by the way, this is a 2009 model as well. So this is what, how many years old is that? 15 years old? Never. Absolutely crazy. Let's have a little look around it. It's pretty nice, isn't it? I'm not really a G-Shock fan, but I do like this one. Have I got another one somewhere? I've got a black one somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I think it's in bits. But yeah, so we've got quite a lot of features on this watch. Quite like it. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I do answer all comments. If you've got any questions about anything else, you could, best way to message me is Instagram. So old Casio collector, but instead of spaces, you just put the underscores on there. So old underscore Casio underscore collector. All right, you take care. Thanks for watching.